Am I on network? No, I'm on Wi-Fi. Okay, good. Hey, uh, do 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 do. Need some music. Not what I'm going for. That is an ad. Hey, coffee closes on. Doing good. I need music. Um, Groove. Hey, how you doing? I guess you can't hear me though. dry skin right now. Oh, oh. Here, why would I put a comma there? What the hell am I hearing?
By sip, pour after pour.
Pour after
Only
pour.
true filter fresh taste. So fresh, so clean. It's taste over everything.
Blue Tackies arrived in Canada. Have you got yours yet?
Oh man, I keep losing my place. Let's not look back. The pyramid slowly stopped rising out of the ground. By then, everything settled down. Then, out of the tip of the pyramid, a beam of light shot up to the sky, up into the cosmos. Strange lights I was watching earlier. I've been typing this whole time with the cap locks on. I gotta write that all over again. Pisses me off. We start again. Why are my cap locks on? Where was I? Everything is settled down. Jesus. Then, no caps. We're on. Okay, good. That's frustrating. My fingers are cold. Into the sky, up into the fucking cosmos. The strange lights. I was what? Where is it? Watching earlier. Were attracted to a beam and moved towards it and molding into this strange being. Man, this needs to be cleaned up, that's for sure. Then those lights traveled up the beam into spacey wacy and were gone. The beam disappeared, it had. And then I woke the fuck up. Isn't that just say that? I spelled cosmos, phosmos. Ooh. Slip of the finger there. Save a new file here. Yo, 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 how you doing? Welcome, Mr. The Teaching Sped. Just copying what I wrote down by hand into the book, into the text file. I woke up just as I was, relaxed in the lawn chair with a bottle of pineapple, not pineapple crush, which is fucking amazing, by the way. Pardon my French. Still resting in my hand. That was a very odd dream. Yeah, I'm doing good. Having fun here. It was a very odd dream. Very odd dream. What could it mean, I wonder? I have this strange feeling that it's important. Why is my paragraph so big? Gotta fix that. Has it always been that? What the hell? Why is it so big now? Now it isn't. Well, that was a glitch. I don't like that. It's like double paragraphing me for some reason. Dude, just writing my Lighthouse by the Bay book. Page 18. Oh, chilly. What do I have to do? Turn on the heat? My fingers are literally cold. They're finging. They're not as finging as they should be. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Once again, it's doing that thing. Stop doing that. Oh, weird. Which wasn't bacon and eggs this time. Doubled as a garage. A new friendo. Yeah. It's nice. Makes me feel good. Not so alone. Oh wait, you can't hear me. Well, like coffee close can't hear me. And I can't really type on that, it's on my phone. I'm sure there's a way, but I'm not going to. Doubles a garage. In a separate space, in a separate room area. That makes sense. That way is where I have thousands of books on a full range of. I put 2 topics. Topics. And some fiction to top it all off. Excuse me. What is that word? Off what did I type there? Room off I typed REAA. What the hell's that? Okay, in a separate room. I gotta find that sentence. In a separate room area. Oh, area. Not or anything like that. Wow. How did I get that out of that? I'm working on this show I covered. Lighthouse by the Bay. It's going to be a cosmic horror book, I think. That's the plan. I'm kind of writing blind. I don't know where it's going to go. I have a rough idea on sort of where it's going to go, but I really don't know. Usually I don't write a book like that. Usually I have a set plan. But this time I just wanted to write freely. Yes. Bet it does, coffee. It doesn't speed things up. Sorry. It still took me a long time. Can't catch my place again. Where the hell am I at here? There it is. There is a particular book that I am searching for. So there is a particular book I am searching for. It studies untold ancient legends of all the pyramids around Zawazia. Yeah, this book so far it's about strange things in the sky, involving a lighthouse. But the character is has psychic abilities somehow. I haven't fully established yet, but he has a mind library, so you can retreat into his mind and explore a library of all his memories. And when he's in there, time doesn't progress outside his mind, like in the real world. So he could be in there for hours, and it'll be like a blink of an eye in the real world. And I don't plan to fully answer that question of why he can do that. But maybe I will someday. What happened to my music? It's buffering. I was enjoying that. You're still going, right? Okay. Sometimes my Wi-Fi is... Wow. I have no internet on my computer right now. That's still going. That's on my Wi-Fi. We'll see if it works. I recently saw a writing prompt suggesting to use a light as the location. Oh, a lighthouse. Coincidence? This lighthouse I grew up by. It's in Gaspé, near the town of well, right now the lighthouse, you can go see it right now if you look up Bonaventure, Quebec.
Red Bull gives you wings.
The new Red Bull Summer Edition.
I'll just...
with the taste
yeah.
of Aruba elderflower. Wings for every taste.
I can't remember what it's called though. Pyramids around the world. Ones that are common knowledge. And ones that are hidden and speculated on. Speculated to actually exist. Seriously? What, did my Wi-Fi go to crap? Yet this is working fine. Is everything fine? I'm typing in Word 365. I have to play my own music. Yeah. Everything fine there, eh? Same internet connection. Different device. Interesting. The streams don't seem to be playing all of a sudden. So I had coffee quills playing in the background, plus I had another stream going as well for music. I can't seem to get it to load up. I'm using free Wi-Fi that's provided by the apartment, so sometimes it's not the best. Yeah, won't load up. Oh, if it plays, it plays. Whatever. If this is working, that's fine. Okay. Like the one in Antarctica. It's playing. Oh, its stream's loaded up. The ad is playing right now in low res, mind you. No, it's still finicky. Yeah, it's still buffering. It's buried in snow and ice. I have always questioned everything in life. I don't know if it is from how I was raised or if it's just how I naturally am. But I highly question the mainstream historical. So I'm thinking too much about what I'm saying as opposed to typing. Narrative. You don't want me to capitalize Antarctica? Or did I spell it wrong? Yeah, I spelled it wrong. Huh, stream's playing now. Good. How's your? Are you guys writers? Everybody on here? Usually writers watch writing streams, right? Just in case. Sometimes maybe they're not a writer and they're one, but they're not one yet. You know. The stuff that they taught. Working on a middle grade book and a few short stories to try and submit to magazines. So Stephen King started. So did H.P. Lovecraft. I went the self-published route on Amazon. So far. An application to protect us from the truth. Oh, that's how you spell that. Hello, Stephanie. How's it going? Wait, no. About half. There's half the boxes were unpacked, which turned out to become a fantastic mess. It's going just editing more? Yeah, I've been doing a lot of that lately. I re-edited my first book for 5th edition. I'm almost done. I'm waiting for the other author to finish his parts. Don't have time caught up to what I wrote on paper. This is got that page, and that page. I left to type out, and then it's as far as I got. That doesn't look right. Or is it? Oh, that's right. I also started rewriting my first book today. Oh, yeah. It's kind of hard to read my earlier stuff because it wasn't as good. How did that go anyway? I think my camera was gradually moving back and back and back. By the time.
Interplay. The interplay. How are you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it started. That was weird. Weird things are happening in my banking life. That's why I was like, oh my
Yeah.
attention was like so consumed. Like, what the?
Where all this money?
That shouldn't be in that music folder. I feel that, and my writing has gotten better since then. I'm finding it a little hard to get back into it, and I think a lot differently now that I did 17 years ago. No wonder, yeah, when I started writing it. 17 years ago. I didn't write books back then. I wrote, but I didn't write books. 10 years to finish it, eh? Like, that wasn't constant writing, though, was it? That was a lot of doing other things, taking up time and all that. Because my first book is 20 years, technically, but a lot of those years are just sitting on the shelf, you know? Silence. Excuse me. Just keep rewriting it. And in this time, I was also writing the 3 other books in the series. Yeah, so yeah. If you keep rewriting it, yeah, of course it's going to take a long time, right? I planned for it to be a 7-book series, and I still have 3 more to write. That's cool. Can you, wait, are any of them out now? Can I go buy one? Sounds of cars driving by. Driving by. Highway. No crickets. No babbling. Brook. Nothing. You had a sneezing fit? Volume. Excuse me. I have 2 more followers than I did. Thanks for following, those of you guys. The first one is, but I have to fix it, and when I'm done with that, I'm going to republish it with a better cover. What's the name? At least I can bookmark it. Keep an eye on it. The volume. No, the vacuum. vacuum of all noise. Blood Meridian, Red Fire. Red Fire. On Amazon. Okay, just typing in Red Fire doesn't find anything, but well. Fire Series Book 1? Yeah, that's you. Stuff game. Yeah, that's it. Woo! Can't afford that, dear. $42.68 hardcover in Canada. And I don't like Kindle. Wish list. Frickin' Canada. Oh yeah, it's like a temporary cover. I actually kind of like it like that though. Go figure. This is different. I like different. You have a paperback out? Yeah. Come on, internet. I don't know what my internet's doing on my computer. Yeah, the hardcover is $42 here. Put that on tax with that would be about 44. Why isn't the sample loading? Why is my internet being all funny on my computer but not on here? These are the questions I have. Zendana is a 17. You gotta put the word year in there. Delene is a 17-year-old girl who learns that she's a witch after the murder of my mother, and then is gifted with the red fire that only she can use. The red fire itself is just infinite. Oh, okay, well, I'm going to refresh it, see if it works. So I'd like to read the sample. Oh, now it just loads up, I think. Yeah, no. There we go. It's still being wonky. Planet Viterlia. The sea wolf? What do you... What's the sea wolf? Are you just saying random names? There's like no conversation. It's just the Lord of the Rings. Star Wars. Planet Viterlia is the oddest and the oldest planet in existence to this day. Viterli is located just out of Earth's universe. It is a planet full of many mysteries. I think you meant to say galaxy. Don Quixote. It's a planet full of many mysteries, magic, and wonders, but it's also dangerous. It's a dark and gloomy place, but still exquisite and exotic. Two of my favorite words. Viterlia was created by two very different but equally powerful beings. These two beings were so powerful that the beings they created thought they were gods. These two beings came from two different planets themselves. They call one of these beings the Eleanor And in the old days, when she would show herself to her beings of Vitrelia, they would paint her image on the walls and write stories about her. Most of the stories are only legends now, and only a few still believe that she existed. The legends about her, quote, she looked like an angel from the heavens above, but the rare blue gold skin. Rare blue gold skin. That's interesting. Yeah, Don Quixote. This Quixote, I don't even know how I'm saying that right. No. I already fixed this part, and I changed a lot of it. Yeah, you were saying that, yeah. I mean, when I used to watch Star Trek back in the 90s, I didn't know what the difference between galaxy and universe. I mean, I kind of did, but I didn't realize that Star Trek only took place in our galaxy. I didn't know. I thought they were exploring the universe, but little did I know how big the universe is. All right, you get me a cheaper copy of that book, and I'll buy it, my dear. I don't know why I'm saying my dear. I don't know you, but yeah, like I can't spend $40 on a book. I don't even care if it's Stephen King. Chapter 1 attack. And that's not your fault. That's Canada's fault. I've murdered witches and even some of my kind. Most of it was when we were at war with the witches, or I was just ordered to kill someone, he said. I did read it and put it on Spoofy. Lonesome Dove. Never read it. You read it out loud? Spotify, eh? Man, I haven't used Spotify in a long time. I got the Word 365 has an AI reader with a male voice or a female voice, and I put up 12 chapters of my first book, Val and Dirk Adventures, as an audiobook on my YouTube and Facebook channels. Just search Book Gravy, you'll find them. I went through a very small Western phase, and I am in the middle of I've read one Western book in my life. I'll have to look that up. Right now I'm reading Children of Dune. Please log in. Why aren't you logging in? I just logged in. Why aren't you logged in? Let's do it again. I don't have an... Yeah, I do. I do have an account connected to that. Unless it's connected to Facebook. The Divine Comedy. I heard of that book. Yeah. Reading out loud lets me hear all the things. Yeah, and you know what? Having the AI reader read it out loud, it helps me edit. So I edit like that. So I did that for my first book. I didn't do it before. Okay, so I'm going to search for Red Fire. Okay, so that's such a name that's used. Butcher Creek, The Divine Comedy. Stephanie Pilz, is that what that says? Okay. this must be you. Do you, in the picture, do you have red hair? So I don't see books, I just see playlists. Writing playlist? Oh, maybe that is you. Okay. How do I find your book in it? I don't exactly know how this works. Like, it shows you who you're following, your followers, and recently played artists, and public playlists. Follow you. Fires series. I do not see that. I see Psycho, Phoebe playlist, Rachel's playlist, Justin's playlist, Azazel, Ember, my mix, writing playlist, and my playlist. But I might not know what I'm doing. But if this is how they do it, it's very complicated. Help. I look what the title was, and you have to search Fire series for it to come up. Sorry. Okay, so I'll search for what is it? Fire series? Stephanie Till Z. Okay, I found it. I had to put Fires series Stephanie Pills. Follow.
Hi, so welcome to whoever has stumbled upon this podcast.
Me.
My name is Stephanie Hills. My friends call me Sarfany. This podcast is essentially just going to be me reading my story that I wrote.
There you
That
go.
I self-published about 3 years ago now, almost 4 years ago. The book is called Red Fire, and if you haven't heard of it, it's because I did a very poor job at actually promoting myself, since I did everything by myself. I'm hoping I sound loud enough. I have a very low speaking voice at times, so for people to hear me, I almost have to yell at times. I may not be reading the story word for word as it's written. I may just read it as though I think it needs to be read. I may leave things out. I may put extra things in, so you'll get a unique experience. Sorry, I'm looking at what I wrote because I'm not good at just talking. I have to write down what I'm gonna say. I may also talk about like certain parts that I changed from my original drafts. because I went through 20 different drafts.
20.
This is a very...
How many drafts did I go
hate to
through
say
with
that it's
this?
a different type of story, because I'm sure like every author has said that their story is unique. I think I have something special. It may not be everybody's cup of tea. Some people may hate it. Some people may love it. I just need to find a way to get
12. I went through 12 revisions
tried
for my
to
third book.
read it on like other
Yeah,
platforms.
it would be,
I
wouldn't
tried
it?
to do this on YouTube. But
I'm
then I
sharing
realized
sharing
I'm really
this
nervous in
episode
front of a
on
camera,
my Facebook.
so that wasn't gonna keep going.
Stephanie
On YouTube,
I don't know how to
there's
spell
up
Stephanie,
to
so
chapter
P-A.
2, I think. I've tried a second time to do this, reading this on Twitch, which I really love streaming on Twitch. That
Redfire?
actually built a lot of confidence for me. And I'm sorry if I'm talking really fast. It happens when I'm nervous, and also these videos, or sorry, not videos. This podcast will not be edited whatsoever because I don't know how to edit. So in future episodes, maybe they'll be edited, maybe they'll be music. I don't know. We'll see how it happens, or if I continue actually doing this. By the way, I can talk about nothing for like hours on end.
Great.
There may be other episodes where I have guests on, or I may,
Really?
if this actually kicks off and people actually have questions for me, I may answer people's questions. The one thing that you will not find in this book is any like love triangles or anything like that. There will be some cursing if that's something you don't like. It's not really like cursing at other people, it's just general like expressing like a higher emotion.
Make some damage.
Let me think. This book has to do with vampires and witches. Is that something you're interested in? I really don't know how long this intro episode's going to be. I'm gonna keep saying that a lot because I get tongue-tied and then I lose my train of thought. Back to Twitch. When I was streaming on Twitch, I think I got to chapter 10. This podcast is going to go every episode is going to be a different chapter, so
that's the link to my
one of the
Facebook
chapters
post,
is going to
and
vary
there's a
on
link
how
to your
long
thing
each
directly.
episode's going to be. So currently there's probably going to be 45 chapters, because that's how many chapters I have in the first book. And if they sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. I probably will get the copyright for the second and third book, and then I may just put off self-publishing them, and I may just read them on the podcast as well, because I do have the second and third book written. Well, the third book I have to fix the ending, and then I have a fourth book started. Overall, there's going to be 7 books altogether. I gave like the series a name. It's called like the Fires series. That's why it's called this. Sorry, I'm rambling on now. I'm so bad at this.
Oh my god, it's so funny. I like your attitude on there.
So let me tell you what this story is about, and that's probably going to be the end of this episode.
No, it's like 30 minutes.
And
Oh,
as
God,
I'm probably going to repeat this multiple times. So the first book is called Redfire. Since vampires and witches were created, they have been at war with each other on Viteria, which is a planet I just made up out of nowhere.
More
and
coffee.
I don't know how I came up with this name. It just appeared in my brain.
A raid.
And that's how things happen.
Hey everyone. A raid? Why are you raiding me? Hi. Welcome. More coffee.
Sorry, where was I?
This is
is
Stephanie
gonna be
Pill's
happening a lot while I'm reading it, me just
audio
stopping and getting
podcast
extra
/ book.
information that you probably don't need.
All the coffee.
Maybe you do need it. I don't know. It could go either way.
I was not
They
ready
were
for
at
the.
war with each other on Vitalia.
Can't even tell what that
and
is.
neither
It's
of
too
them
small.
really won the war.
Hello, hello.
They only won battles that always ended with them
Oh,
making
the
a treaty
coffee.
to stop the fighting. Things are about to change, though, because the Red Fire is passed to a new witch.
Oh, you rated me, Cuff.
A
B.
young witch who is too trusting and aware of what is going on around her, wants nothing more than to stay with her boyfriend.
Thanks for the raid.
Sorry if that seems kind of cliched. There's more to the story than meets the eye, especially when I get to the second book. Diana's whole world as she knows it seems to crumble when her mother is killed by an unknown assailant. I'm so glad I pronounced the word correctly. I have trouble with that. As her mother dies in her arms,
Yeah, happy
her mother
editing.
gives her something
Yeah, lurk
that
away,
will change
lurk
her
away.
life. And
Ah.
I'm not good at reading out loud, so there's going to be a lot of that too.
It's gonna be a lot of blah.
Finds out that she's a witch, and that she wields the Red Fire, which is an amulet that has infinite power. And the
Infinite
way that
power.
power with the Red Fire works is basically if you can think of something, you can make it happen. Even though I say it has infinite power, it really does have a limitation of how much the person's physical form can take of the power. Her having the Red Fire also puts her in the middle of a war. That she'll have to choose a side, either to side with the witches or side with the vampires. So that's
Vampires.
basically the synopsis. Even though there was more to that, but I found that I just gave too much of the story away.
Did you?
Since I really it doesn't start with a chapter 1. It kind of starts with like a where I'm giving a little backstory on the planet. So I might as well include that in this episode as well, since I already have the document up and right in front of me. But I do need my glasses so I can read it clearly.
How many? There you go.
Making it bigger.
A deep dread of threat.
There's
That's
gonna be a lot
interesting.
of that too, where you just kind of like singing to myself. And I don't have manners. I should have had a drink before I did this.
We're gonna get along great.
So I guess the beginning chapter is just called Vitalia. Vitalia
That's
is one
awesome.
of the oddest planets in existence to this very day. Vitalia is found just out of Earth's universe. It is a planet full of many mysteries, magic, and wonders alike any other. This planet may sound like a paradise, but there are many dangers lurking around every turn. Some parts of Vitalia are dark and gloomy, while other parts are radiant and exotic. Vitalia was created by two vastly different, but equally powerful beings. These two beings are so powerful that
Ah.
these two beings are so powerful that the beings that they had created thought of them as gods. These two powerful beings are named Eleanor and William, which
Like,
I actually have these two characters tattooed on my back
oh, really?
because I'm that person.
Okay.
Which eventually I may show pictures of them so you can see how I see them. The two of them came from two very different planets. In the early years of Vitalia, when Eleanor would show herself on the planet, the beings that she created would paint images of her on
Yeah, that's
walls
true.
and rough stories about her. Most of the stories now are only legends, and only a few still believe that she ever existed in the first place. The legends about her quote that she
I should do the same thing
like
you
an
did.
angel from the great heavens above.
I got the AI to do it, but it's lifeless. I should have done what you did.
Eleanor had many powers. For instance, she had control over the 7 elements, and she also bears her symbols on her blue skin.
Oh, you can show.
The 7 symbols that were on her were all in a distinct color. The colors represented each of the elements she controlled.
Spilled
The
some on you.
colors of these symbols are green for earth, blue for water, red for fire, yellow for light, white for spirit, purple for thought, and orange for air. The portraits of her show her having a pair of blue wings coming out of her back that shine gold in the sun. She had white hair with streaks of blue in it. The blue streaks brought out the intensity of her Latinous eyes. I know I'm saying that word wrong. They're
What word?
just like really blue eyes, like kind of like bright blue eyes.
Bright blue eyes.
I should also mention I'm dyslexic, so I can see what I'm saying, but sometimes I say the wrong word, so that may happen a few times, along with me getting tongue-tied about
Makes me
that.
think I'm dyslexic.
So I do the thing about her eyes, which saw far into the future. Also, in the portraits, Eleanor was wearing a white dress, and she held a mysteriously glowing blue scepter in her right hand. She came from a planet called Wicca, which was the most exotic and magical but dangerous place to live on because of the massive number of
Stop
poisonous
doing what you're doing,
plants
Jay,
growing
because you're
everywhere.
all over the place. There
A
we go.
single touch from one of these plants would make a person beg for death. So I would stay away from those plants. The legends about William say he was once a mighty dragon warrior. But when he betrayed his father, the king, for love, his father cursed him to be a half-dragon, half-man creature, so he could never hold the woman he loved so dearly. When he was not in his dragon form, he had purple skin, horns, and red symbols covering his body that glowed. The symbols meant strength, honor, and loyalty. The only symbol for strength remained on his skin after his betrayal. As I'm reading this, I realized that there's some corrections I gotta make because some of the wording's in the wrong place.
Yeah.
And I did the editing myself, so this is my fault. I don't have
So
an
easy to
editor.
do that.
The portraits of him show him in a battle suit with a glowing ruby sword at his belt. Sorry, I'm gonna have to fix that too. This has helped me figure out where I actually need to fix things. In his dragon form, he had cobalt-colored scales and had wings that looked like the color of blood he drank. Excuse me. He had crimson hair and hypnotic amethyst eyes. His hands were in the shape of claws that could cut down his enemies with one strike. He came from a planet called Darkay. The planet was true to its name because it was a dark and fiery place. There was barely any life, making it seem like a planet was dead. It was hard to live on the ground
But now it
because of the
happening
many
to
volcanoes.
me. Why would it
So
not?
most of the people on the planet lived in houses that floated in the sky.
Weird.
A long time ago, Eleanor and William's planets were at war with each other. The war started because of a misunderstanding, which led William's
saved
father
that
to
long.
attack the people of Wicca. Unfortunately, the war ended violently, which sadly ended with the destruction of both planets. Eleanor and William left just before the war was over because they loved each other and did not want to die. Eleanor and William did not like the fighting and the hate that led to this war. They created Viteria in the hope that it would be filled with peace and harmony. They split the planet into two sides so they could represent both of their home planets on this one.
I will have to be right back because my
William's
neighbor
side
is
was a beautiful place
something
at
me.
night.
But I'll let that play.
Dark as the moonlit sky, but without stars or a moon. Instead, there was a strange light
Shouldn't
that
be too long.
emits forth. So it was not as dark as dark.
Be right
night.
back. 9 viewers.
There was a forest that was big and wide, containing tall and menacing-looking trees, which glowed red to light the way through. There are dangerous animals that live in the forest as well, like mighty dragons, venomous snakes, and vicious tigers. The dragons ruled the sky. They could breathe fire and would watch over those on the ground below, in case they were in trouble. William wanted some of the dragons to form bonds with the beings he intended to create, The snakes stayed in the trees, not bothering anyone. That was unless someone invaded the tree they were on. They would bite the intruder and poison them and eat them unless they brought the snake a gift, like a night spear flower, for their nest. So with night spear flower, is actually a flower is just something I created, and I have a tattoo of that on my back as well, of just how I think it is. And it's basically it's a very bright color flower. It has like 5 or 6 different colors in it, and it only glows at night. I would love to see that in real life. Maybe I'll have to do a drawing of it somehow, or yeah. I'll have to make a note of that for later. The tigers came in 2 colors. Some were black with red stripes, while others were red with black stripes. And they ruled the ground together. These tigers were vicious animals, but if you could beat one in a fight and form a bond with them, they would be at your command. If you lost the fight, they would devour you. He made the rivers and streams run bright red with blood, because that is what he drank, and that is what he intended his beings to drink. And there were gardens of fresh food for his beings. He built houses and castles for his beings to live in as well. He made the houses out of bloodstone, and he made the castle out of black moonstone. The most important thing he brought from his planet was the last night spear flower seeds. Night spear flowers are blue, orange, pink, purple. There's actually more colors than that. I just listed some of the colors. They only bloomed at night, and all the colors shine bright in the dark. He brought this flower from Darkade because it was the first flower he gave to Eleanor when they first met. To him, this flower symbolized their love because it was lovely and could heal anything, but if not treated with care, it could poison and destroy everything. Just like a relationship! Sorry, there's gonna be a lot of those little like quip things in there as I'm reading it. Eleanor made her side full of life and light. She made 3 suns shine down during the day, and at night there were 3 moons that lit up the sky with a lot of sparkling stars. There were fields of green grass that sparkled in the sunlight, trees filled with all kinds of fruits, like sweet tamale berries, which is a berry I made up. So you're not going to be able to find that anymore.
Ugh, really?
Which were Eleanor's favorite fruit from Wicca.
Why didn't I do this?
There were flowers growing everywhere, in every color you could imagine. The trees on her side were alive, and they could talk and move. She called them guardians, since they protected all the things she loved dearly. She created wonderless animals, like fairies, in many different colors, and they loved to play tricks on those who would cross their path. To anyone who could befriend one of these tricksters, they would be forever faithful. She made magical, wild yellow wolves that were the gentlest creatures you'd ever meet. And if you were to lose your way, the wolves would guide you to safety. Excuse me. On her side, she made rivers and streams with clear, shimmering water. Let me re-say that, because I got tongue-tied. On her side, she made rivers and streams with clear, shimmering water, which had healing properties. The rivers and streams magically watered all the plants and flowers on the planet to help them bloom. There were houses and a castle for beings as well.
Now everything after that is not written down yet.
Okay, it's a word I can't pronounce. I can't describe what the stone is.
Water.
It's just something that really like shines and like the sun. I know this is kind of redundant. A writer putting something in their book that they can't.
What's the word?
There were houses and a castle for beings as well. It's a word. I know it's a word. Okay, it's a word I can't pronounce. I can't describe what the stone is. It's just something that really like shines and like the sun. I know this is kind of redundant. A writer putting something in their book that they can't even pronounce. But yeah, I have trouble with reading and writing, so there we go. You may not be able to pronounce a word, so I'm gonna move on.
A word for shines like the
so
sun,
something
a
that has
stone.
like lots of different colors in it, and it shines brightly in the sunlight.
Luminous,
So that's the best way I'm
dazzling,
gonna describe
bright,
it.
shiny, gleaming, radiant,
She
shimmering.
made the castle of moonstone because she loved
There you
how
go.
it shined in the moonlight. I don't know, dark moonstone, regular moonstone. Can I get any more creative?
Radiance, radiant,
Yes, I'll be making fun of myself a lot. That's all part of the process.
radiates.
Sorry, I'm getting back on track. Come on, snap back into it. William made his beings look different.
So here's an idea. Bright, brilliant, conspicuous, glistening, incandescent, luminous, lustrous, radiant, scintillating, shiny, sparkling, strong matches, beaming, coruscating, glazed, glossy, sleek. Amolite? That word, that was not one of those words at all. Ammo. Amolite. You never heard of that. The buffalo stone is a fossilized sea creature called a baculite. Okay, a rare gemstone found exclusively in Alberta and highly valued for its bright and iridescent colors. This is what it looks like. Interesting. Oh, wow. It's green, but red, but blue. Yeah, yeah. Like a pearly. Ugh, my roommate's computer is really messing up. I think his video card's dying. He keeps sending me messages. So that's what you're trying to describe, eh? Okay, how about we type in on Google. Describe a ammonite. Ammonites were marine animals belonging to the phylum Mollusca of the class Cephalopoda. Can't say any of those. They had a coiled external shell similar to that of the modern nautilus and other living cephalopods and octopus, squid, cuttlefish. The shells are small and eternal or absent. Generally flat spirals. Okay, anyways.
Right from himself. Yeah. He brought them forth through a dark abyss that he made appear on his side. His beings looked bewitching, with long blonde, shiny hair, with skin so pale they looked like ivory. Their eyes are a deep crimson that seem cold and empty, but they shined in a way that you knew they were trustworthy. He made his two beings have a mark on their backs of a night sphere flower. He gifted his beings with strength, speed, and the ability to control another's mind. With their minds, they could talk to each other telepathically. If they could form a bond with an animal like... wait, what? Sorry, my writing's not making sense to me. If they formed a bond with an animal, the animal would become part of their being. William called his beings vampires. Despite the vampire's power, William gave them one weakness, the suns, which could ultimately kill them if they were exposed for too long. He named the first two vampires Queen Deva and King Fontos. Don't ask me how I came up with these names, because I don't know. I don't remember.
How'd you come up with those
This
names?
was a long time ago that I wrote this intro. Like, 10 years ago I wrote this intro, so I don't remember where the names
Wow.
came from. Which is bad. Okay, moving on.
20.
Eleanor's beings differed from William's vampires. She made her beings come down from the suns. They were beautiful with skin that glowed golden in the sunlight, with long golden hair to match. Their eyes different from hers. They were exotic blue that symbolized a crystallized waterfall. She blessed her beings with magic and a powerful amulet called the Red Fire, which I'm not going to mention how she acquired this, because this did not originally belong to her. There's your little spoiler. Oh, maybe I did mention it. I was getting to the next line. I should have just kept reading. Which was one of the 7 amulets from Wicca that were known as fires. The Red Fire is all powerful and can do anything that the one who wields it wants it to do. So essentially, it is essentially about like your will, what you want to happen, and then just seeing it happen. That's the best way I can describe how the power works. I may go into more detail later on. Eleanor called her beings witches. She named the first 2 witches Queen Denna and King Dolo. And the way that I pronounce the names is pretty much the way I have it spelt. There's no like tricky like. I just like pronouncing them to make them sound fancy. But anyone else can pronounce them however they want. I try to make it easy to pronounce names because I basically just have it pronounced the way it's spelled. No tricky spelling or pronunciation. There we go. That's the word, pronunciation. William and Eleanor decided that the vampires and the witches should not know about each other until the vampires and the witches started to make more of their own kind. William watched as Fontos and Deva, I'm not sure how I want to pronounce it now, made more vampires by chanting to the abyss he made appear on the planet. Tongue-tied. After they did that, he saw more of his vampires rise out of the blood. On Eleanor's side, she watched as Denna and Dolo make more witches by praying to the sun, the ground, the water. And through the power of the Red Fire, made more witches. She saw more witches flowing down from the mountains.
Sorry for yawning. I'm
with
getting
the Red
tired.
Fire, it can only be used by a female. That's the one thing that I've kept in here. But as the book goes on, or I should say in the beginning, it makes it seem like it can only be wielded by a female. But once I get to some of the other books, that actually changes.
Oh,
Yeah.
eyes are watering.
I don't know why I changed it later on, because in the beginning it was just always a female, but that's just how it passed on. It passed on to the next in the line, which in the next in the line has always been a female until it got to this other character, which I'm not going to mention because that's a huge spoiler for like the second book. And hopefully I get to that because the second book gets a little more interesting because I got a little bit better at writing. Alright, I'm back to where I was. So side note over, I guess. One day the vampires and the witches went for a walk to see what was on the other side of the planet. On their walk, they ran into each other. William and Eleanor were watching them closely. They saw that King Dolo and Queen Deva wanted to fight each other. This made William and Eleanor mad. Just as they were about to interfere to stop them from fighting, Queen Denna and King Fontos, I don't know why I say it fancy like that, thought they could learn from each other instead of fighting. This made Eleanor and William thrilled. They helped the vampires and the witches make a treaty of peace with each other. The main point of the treaty said that neither could cross the other's boundaries without the other's permission first. Before the vampires and the witches signed the treaty, Eleanor saw that a witch would end the peace on Vitalia one day. She knew that she had to come up with a plan to stop her, so she added a hidden prophecy inside the paper of the treaty, so that the vampires and witches did not know about it. and they would not know about it until it was the right time. She put the prophecy in 3 parts. One in the treaty, the second part in a book that belonged to the vampires, and the third part in a book that belonged to the witches. But there was also a 4th part that held the knowledge that the other 3 parts left out. The one that would defeat this witch would know what that part said. After they signed the treaty, William and Eleanor strangely disappeared. So, that's the intro chapter that I have. Oh, wow, I've been going on for half an hour. I didn't realize I'd be recording this long. Recording? Yes, recording.
Yeah, can you imagine if you weren't recording?
I'm not good at closing out things. So I'm just going to say, see you next time. Hopefully there is a next time. Hopefully I continue on with this. If anyone has any questions, again, I should say that my name my name is Stephanie Pills. You could find me on Instagram at Starfany777. That's the same as Twitch. I have an email at fireseries7@gmail.com. If you have any questions, anybody's free to message me on any of those things.
Followed you.
Hopefully I can get back to streaming as well, because I haven't streamed in
On
a couple
Twitch.
of months. So I think that's about it for this episode. And
The Outrageous
hopefully I'll see you
Olive.
next time.
See you next
And
time.
hopefully I won't be as nervous next time.
Follow the Outrageous Olive, everyone.
Well, goodbye.
Bye. Lady of Zombie. Follow.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
My name is Stephanie.
Hi,
This
Steph.
podcast is essentially me just reading my novel Redfire.
Mystery Mochi.
Today we're going to be reading
Hello.
chapter 1, which I was supposed to release this on the 7th, but I didn't
Man, Witch, and
record
Joy. Just nice to name.
until today, which is the 10th. Which I'm going to, in the future, try to release an episode on a day that
Analytic
either
writer.
ends in a 3 or 7, because I have a
Follow.
little obsession with the numbers 3 and 7.
You do?
So after this one, they'll be on the 13th, and hopefully I can record multiple episodes today, so I don't fall into another problem of not having an episode recorded.
Yeah, you didn't, eh?
Release.
You did
On the
12,
right day.
if I'm not mistaken.
But either way, there will be an episode.
Yeah, you did 12. You should do. You gonna continue that? That was interesting. I really enjoyed your style. Actually, it was kind of fun to listen to. Kind of makes me want to do the same thing. I may edit though. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. But I'm gonna bid you all adieu. I am falling kind of asleep. And I gotta see what my neighbor's doing with his computer. I think his video card is dying. Let's see if I can do anything to help him. So thanks everybody. Thanks for following. It's been a blast. It has been a blast. I was productive as well. And look at that. This is the actual words that I actually started writing today. That's it. The rest was just copying it out, making in the text file. I copied from here, this page. So copied that, and that. I'll see you later. Bye. Stop.